Welcome to Shardcast, the Brandon Sanderson podcast. We're a bunch of mega fans giving you the news, discussion, and of course, a whole lot of opinions about Brandon's works and the Cosmere. I'm Eric, and joining me is Ian.
Hey, I'm Weiry.
Also joining us is Evgeni.
Hi, hello. They call me Argent on the internets. And a couple of years back, I started a tradition, and by tradition I mean it was a one data point, and one data point does in fact make a trend.
Yes.
Where I decorate festively for some Christmassy episode. The first one was Skyward Words of Brandon's, I think, and so now I'm doing this here. So this is one half of my show and tell.
Great.
My second half of my show and tell is this bourbon that I'm drinking with. You can't see very well, but there's like a big ball of ice in there.
Okay, great.
And it's a remarkably resilient bourbon against ice. And my third half of my show and tell is my brother's Christmas present. Oh, we can see each other.
It's too glossy. Oh, that's hilarious.
Here,
there we go. Easy.
So this is a displate. So it's a.
Right. Yeah, and those would be very reflective. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that is the present he gave to me. That's not what I'm getting him. So.
Oh yeah, like. He might be watching the stream.
Yeah, so this there's going to be no cuts in this because we're doing a live stream, and if I make any cuts, then you can't see the chat when you look at the VOD later. So if you are on audio, you can see a live stream chat, and we can actually interact with chat a little bit. But
I should probably open
that
chat,
might be good.
Yeah,
that might be good. Is that all your show and tell, Evgeni?
I have a bunch more, but I'm going to save it for future episodes.
Awesome. And also joining us for the first time is Veronica. What's up?
Yeah, I'm good. I am Cheyenne Sedai on the forums and Discord. I am really glad to be here.
Yes, I'm glad the microphone came in time.
Yes.
That's very good. And I am Chaos, and what we're doing this episode is we are talking about the State of the Sanderson. I always call it State of Sanderson, but it's actually State of the Sanderson. Oops. And
for those of you, by the way, who are not from the US, that's a reference to the State of the Union, which is kind of an annual US, here's the state of the Union.
Yes.
So.
I didn't know that was a reference to that.
Yeah, no, it is that. Yeah. So we're going to get on right into it, and we're going to just talk about what was interesting in State of Sanderson, which is not much.
Not much.
I mean, it's nice to have some confirmations. We got an Alcatraz sort of release date, kind of, like a month.
Release window.
It says September 20th.
Oh, does it?
For Alcatraz 6,
really?
it does.
There's so much in these that...
Unless they edited the post to get rid of it.
Oh, no. Yeah, it did say September 20th. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we have an Alcatraz 6 release date. I can't wait for our Shardcast on it to get record low views, but, you know, the usual. Everyone knows you're here for the non-Cosmere stuff, but...
We're going to subsidize with the Rhythmatist 2 episode one day.
Oh, yeah.
Which will get record high views.
I doubt it, compared with Stormlight things.
I mean, yeah, compared to Stormlight, but
yeah,
it'll probably get record high views for non-Cosmere stuff.
Yes. And yes, Jonathan Whitmore, there will be spoiler streams, Words of Brandon, but that will be late January, early February-ish, because there's a lot for us to do. We're actually going to have 3 episodes on it. We haven't recorded them yet, but there's going to be a whole episode on a single Word of Brandon. That's not an exaggeration.
We should discuss whether we actually want to commit to that.
I do.
It seems insane to spend a month and a half worth of Shardcast on WOBs.
Well, no. It's because we'll have to do Evershore. We'll have to do... We're going to have an episode with Jancy, and so that already puts us to late January, and then we're starting, so it's not a month and a half of flops. Anyway, so what did you guys think was... What's a highlight for you in State of Sanderson? We have no outline. We just have the blog post.
Well, I have to say,
is the blog post.
Yeah.
yeah, I have to say a highlight for me, but that's because I was involved with the project, was Jane mentioning the 24-hour stream we did for the Vancouver Foundation.
Yep.
Like the first thing I did when I saw that part on State of Sanderson was immediately send it to Rob and Andrew, and they were also pretty surprised that was there.
Cool. Yeah,
Matt from chat would like us to comment on our views on the fate of the boombox.
Oh yes, okay. So let's talk about White Sand. So one of the things that is happening, that is coming out, that does not even have a release window, great, is the White Sand Omnibus. And Brandon explicitly said, don't buy the current ones. Just wait for the Omnibus, for the definitive. We're making it the quintessential White Sand graphic novel experience, updating text and dialogue to be more in line with the Cosmere. There are 38 new pages at the beginning. That's not a small amount.
That's the Chris prologue, by the way.
Yes. Revised text and art throughout, a new map and glossary, and 14 Ars Arcanum pages. Nice. So that is pretty exciting. Like over 50 pages of new stuff, new map. Like that definitely seems worthwhile to me.
Honestly, that might be my highlight of this.
Yeah. Just to get confirmations of all those. Yeah.
Like more Chris content is always something I'm happy about.
Yep.
And like 14 additional Ars Arcanum pages.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure, it's White Sand, it's graphic novel, but Ars Arcanum is Ars Arcanum, right?
Yeah.
That's always going to be of interest to us.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if for those of you confused, there's lots of comments in chat about the boombox. So in case you didn't know, there's a great frame like after the attack in Volume 1 where Kenton's just like on a bed and there's a boombox, basically. It's really more like a radio, but you know, I said, Kenton, get me my boombox, because you know they brought the boombox into the desert. It's very important for the ritual. I don't know if I can do that voice anymore. It's pretty bad. Nice. Nice.
So that
we're doing it live. Yeah. So nice. So that is pretty cool. I wish we had like a release window because I thought it was done, but okay, I guess not. But
I mean, I know the betas have already done that.
Yeah.
So
he did show it off at JordanCon. We couldn't record video of that, but Isaac did talk about it there, and it looks pretty sweet. I must say the pages he showed at JordanCon were awesome. So I would really love a release date for that, but we are going to be getting in 2022. We're gonna get a ebook for the original and an ebook for Lux. Excellent.
And audiobook for Dawnshard.
Dawnshard. They were like, they're not sure when it's gonna come out.
I mean, tentative February, but like, even if it's way off track, it's still gonna be sometime in 22.
I guess I'm just like confused as to why it's not certain, but okay, sure.
Yeah, same.
You know?
I mean, didn't they record that last year? Early this year. But I do remember seeing that on Michael and Kate's Instagram.
Yeah.
That they had finished recording that. Ages ago.
There's production to do.
Probably like a rights issue.
Yeah,
with,
maybe.
Like Tor being the Stormlight publishers, like, and they did end up selling like the print rights to Tor.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Which originally was self-published, so it's like it's probably complicated.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Business things that we don't ever get to see because it's just like, hey, it's out. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh, the boombox hold the shard copium. That's right. It's in the boombox. It's for invention, of course. Yeah. So maybe
we kind of just want to go through.
Yeah.
As a bit more structure than just
as some highlights.
Saying
yeah,
things.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That probably sounds good. So let's talk about his year. In the first 3 months, he worked on Slytonic and then Sunreach.
Mhm.
And then in the second section of the year, he did the first draft of Lost Metal and worked on Redawn and Evershore. Evershore coming out December 28th, so very soon. Our episode will not be the Tuesday after. We will have a full episode, so that'll be about mid-January on our end. And then from September 21st to October 31st, there was various revisions and consulting. Some
of which,
yeah,
some of the consulting was like for the Wheel of Time season 2,
Yeah,
presumably.
like that makes sense because I mean I've been following the production quite closely.
Yes,
ever
you have.
since it was announced, and so yeah, they're filming right now. Well, not right now because the actors are home for Christmas, but
right.
Yeah, it's set to end filming late March, I think,
For season 2.
For season 2.
Nice.
So
Do you
makes
recall
sense.
when they started filming?
I should have those dates, but it was, I think, like maybe late summer.
Okay.
So less than a year
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that
for
makes sense.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to get a season every year, that makes sense.
Yeah, and Rafe did mention that the reason like they started season 2 like so early was COVID and all that, but that they needed the 18 months for full post-production because a lot of it got
There's a lot of
sidetracked by
effects.
COVID for season 1.
Yeah.
Part of the reason the CGI is a bit wonky because they couldn't do that in person. So
I still thought it looked good, but maybe we'll do a
Yeah.
stream after
I
the.
still haven't watched it.
Yeah, maybe we need to do a stream where we just talk about our Wheel of Time thoughts. So that won't be in this one, but yeah. What did he say? Brandon said some Wheel of Time scripts, some work on the various film projects for my other series, and loose ends of various other things I needed to do. And then he's working on Defiant right now.
Yep. Yeah, he started it as a NaNoWriMo National Novel Writing Month.
Yep.
And he did succeed. He got 50,000 words in the month of November.
Yep.
And as
even
of
with all the
his-
craziness that month.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
As of his weekly update from like earlier today, he is at the 80% mark, so he should be right on track for finishing this
Nice.
this month.
Yep, and that will be the final main Skyward novella. No, not novella, novel. Dang it.
The last Spencer.
Yeah, and they did say that there will be novellas after Defiant that Jancy and Darcy Cole are going to work on.
Yeah.
That
I
will
don't
be
think
after.
they've said they're explicitly novellas. They might be full books.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah. What did they say? Well, he says that there were going to be another set of them, novellas, between 3 and 4, but now we're planning to do follow-ups after the first 4-book series. So the implication there is still novella, but I mean, novella, these are beefy novellas.
I mean, they're not novellas.
No,
They're
they're
They're not
really not.
novellas, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
technically
novels.
They're novels.
Yeah.
Yeah. The impression I got, we were planning to do novellas
Yeah.
in the break.
Mhm.
Now we're planning to do something else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And there's a bunch of mainframe stuff, so maybe we should get into that.
yeah. Well, and for those of you like talking about Sunreach, Redawn, and Evershore
Yes.
during the writing, it's very important to note out that Brandon didn't do the drafting for these books. Those were Jancy, who did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Brandon just did a lot of revisions and brainstorming, but like the actual writing was all Jancy, and she knocked it out of the park.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
I haven't gotten to those yet.
Yeah, you
I need
should.
to.
Brandon said in his weekly update today that he thinks Evershore is the strongest of the 3. So, And if you don't want ebook and audiobook of those, there will be the Skyward Flight novellas in April. That will come out in print, which is well worth the money, I would say.
Excellent content.
Yep. Okay, what's going on with Mainframe? They had Stephen Leeds' Death and Faxes. They were thinking of doing it in 2021, but there was kind of a lot going on in late 2021, so they're like, let's push it to 2022.
Yeah, which is smart. Like, you don't want to release everything all at once because many people have limited funds.
Yeah, and this is just a lot of Brandon content.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like June 2022.
And Death and Faxes is do we know anything about that?
Just that it's a new original story,
a new Legion,
in the Legion universe,
presumably before that third Legion story.
Probably, and
yeah,
so
probably.
Brandon remarked a couple of years ago that he was rebranding the Legion series as Leeds or Stephen Leeds.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There was a series a few years ago on TV called Legion that was a very similar idea, completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Because it's a Marvel character from ages back, but it kind of killed a lot of the media adaptation possibilities for Brandon's Legion.
Yeah.
I am very excited for this, particularly the audiobook. They got the same audiobook back because the first two Legion novellas I experienced as audiobook.
Oh, interesting.
It's like they were both given away for free on Audible. So it's like, oh yeah, I'll get that. So it's like that was how I experienced those books. So when I ended up reading the third Legion novella, it was weird for me. So I'm glad to go back to the audio.
Nice. Then there is going to be Dark One Forgotten, an audio series that ties in with the larger Dark One universe that Brandon has created. Dan Wells co-wrote this with Brandon. And there's also going to be a larger Dark One novel releasing after Forgotten. Not likely until 2023. And apparently they're very excited for how the pages of Forgotten have turned out. And there's going to be 6 episodes with a full cast, sound design, and music. So cool.
Yeah,
so
I'm curious to see how it turns out with like Dan co-writing it, because I think they mentioned, was it at the Minicon? I don't know, but that Dan did not follow the outline for the other
For
the novelization, I think it was. So.
Yeah, I do also remember saying that.
Yeah.
So that's for like the bigger one where it's supposed to be retelling the same story as the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Which was a plan I didn't like. So if it's a different story, we'll see.
But it's sounding like it's gonna be the same general story, but told with deviations from the plot, which is really confusing too. Because if it's a brand new original story that has nothing to do with this, or is parallel to this or whatever, I am very much okay with that. This just gives us additional content in the Dark One universe. But if it's Paul and his mother and and Miranda's and all of that stuff, but things happen differently, that's just going to be confusing.
I can't wait to work on wiki stuff. That sounds great.
Oh,
look at it this way. It'll be practice for when there are movies and
that is
canon
true.
out the window.
Yeah. Also,
So
Darcy, we did talk about some Skyward, but say hi to Darcy Cole in chat because she's going to be
Hello.
working on Skyward things after Defiant. But Dark One Forgotten is a shorter tie-in that Dan and Brandon created for the release this fall, but that's different from the
Novelization.
larger one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says. in part 4.
At one point, I think they were talking about doing a true crime podcast about one of the characters in the graphic novel. So like this might be related to that. Don't know, but
yeah, I think when Brandon says a larger Dark One novel, I think that's the one based off the outline, which he talks about
that
in
makes
part 4.
sense.
And I think that one is probably the one that Dan went maybe off the rails because that's what Dan does, right?
Well, didn't they also talk about like the sequel to Dark One?
Yeah,
like, the next graphic novel.
The next graphic novel is in the works.
Yep.
So
and I am excited for that. I wish there was kind of a more strict release schedule rather than sometime, but Brandon's busy.
And there's a lot of projects.
There are also a lot of projects here.
Graphic novels take a long time.
Yeah, you have to draw them. And things, and ink them, and color.
The more you learn, the more you know.
I mean, that's easier, or it's easier for Brandon to write words and put them out, even with the editing process, than like editing and then art.
So we have 3 Dark One projects in the works, right? We have Forgotten, which is probably going to be the true crime audio. Did it say fully like voice acted and sound effects and stuff like that? So very graphic audio like. Yep. And then we have the novelization of the first graphic novel, which Dan is working on. This has been referred to in the past as the novelization. I don't know how different it's going to be. And then we have the second graphic novel, which is much more nebulous, kind of in the future thing.
Yeah, and it's also important to note that with the graphic novel, it's being adapted by the writing team of Jackson Lansing and can never remember as I leaned to the side and tried to type.
Oh no, Ian's head is gone.
Oh no, where'd he go? Oh no.
Because Eric makes me banish my computer.
That is true. It makes too much noise. If you are wondering why they on some Shardcasts in this last year, why when Ian talks, there's some weird background noise. That's his laptop. It sounds like a jet engine sometimes. I don't know.
Jackson Lansing, and Colin Kelly.
Yep.
Who are very good.
Yep. Yeah, no, I really liked the first Dark One, so I am excited to see the next ones.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's Mainframe. Then we're on to primary projects, and so of course the big one, Stormlight. He's gonna.
Nothing happened.
Well, okay, nothing this year.
I mean, technically nothing did happen.
Yeah, that's true. But they're gonna have Dawn Chart audio out next year, and he's gonna start Stormlight 5 in January with a target for Christmas 2023. Now I do want to mention that Brandon has said at JordanCon that if there's one Stormlight book to push a little back, it's gonna be this one. So
it's gonna be Stormlight 5. Yeah.
So
like he did already do like the outlining. When Rhythm of War was in the works because he needed to do both together, but it makes sense.
Yeah, didn't he say that he was gonna spend like January doing pre-writing and then February starting actual prose, I think.
Yeah, probably polishing up that outline.
Yeah,
exactly.
Rhythm of War, like updating it for all of the things that changed during the actual drafting of Rhythm of War.
Yeah. So, so don't hold him to Christmas 2023, but obviously that's what Brandon prefers. So if it turns out great and doesn't need a ton of revisions, then I'm sure we'll get that. If it needs more revisions, it'll probably be that next spring.
Which still like a few months of a delay on one Stormlight book out of 5 is...
Yeah. Brandon is very productive if you think about the last decade of what he's put out compared with others,
Another Stormlight thing to note, he does want to write the rock novella that's going to take place between books 4 and 5, the same way that Edge Dancer takes place between 2 and 3. and Dawn Shard between 3 and 4.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And that's going to be for the Words of Radiance leather-bound Kickstarter in 2023, in the same way that Dawn Shard was part of the Way of Kings leather-bound Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So, very exciting.
Yeah. It's interesting that we're getting Words of Radiance in 2023 when it came out in 2014.
In 2014.
But that's probably just their leather-bound production cycle that they don't really... Like, they probably have a good production schedule that they're just like, look, we can definitely get it done before the holidays in 2023. Right?
Yeah, like, it also makes sense with the weirdness that is Era 2 and those leather bounds. So
yes. Because those leather bounds... Alloy and Shadows are coming next year. They are going to be individually bound, but sold as a bundle for $150. And then after that, they will sell them individually for $100.
Because Brennan has been promising. Yeah. Brennan's
get
been
them first
promising for them to be $150.
Yeah, and just remember, why are they $100 when obviously Era 2 things are smaller? That's just because it's basically he doesn't want to compete with his own publisher, so he has to set it at a certain price.
His publisher doesn't want him competing with it.
Yeah, right.
So it's like they're the ones
it's like a contractual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's why they're like that. But they are all really nice. That's the thing you got to remember with the leather pounds. They're real nice. They want to make it worth it.
If you have not seen those, the cover art for the Alloy of Law and Shadows of Self ones has been done for years now.
What do you mean? What?
Maybe it's not the cover. Maybe it's the end page. It's the Wax and Marasi.
Oh, those. Oh.
Okay, so my bad.
I
not
don't
the
think
cover.
I've seen that.
Not the cover.
I mean,
the end papers.
Okay. Yeah. No, they have talked about that. Yep. I'd put it in, but we're doing it live and I can't edit it, so tough. Sorry about that. You're getting all the fun.
A research break.
Yeah, great. Let's do a research break. It'll just all be in here. You get to hear all the pausing that we normally cut out. So I hope you enjoy this, but I also have to travel tomorrow, so I thought it'd be better for us to do it as a stream. So
let's go back to Mistborn.
Yeah.
The Last Metal. So the most recent update to the Last Metal is that it finished beta read in November.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to be coming next for that book, obviously before its release, is that Brandon needs to take some time off writing Stormlight 5 and kind of incorporate all the beta feedback, or as much of it as he wants.
Yeah.
And then the book goes out to like the much more standard edit. It essentially goes to Peter, who does the gamma read and the line edit and all of that stuff.
Yep.
And then it's out.
Yep. And he's gonna do that while writing Stormlight things. I was always under the impression that he had frequently done revision and new writing on the same day. Like, I know he said that before, so I don't know why he's saying in here that this is a new thing, but...
Well, I think the new thing is like him specifically dividing his schedule into new writing during the day, revision during the night.
Yep.
It's kind of a superhero personality.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll definitely be out in November. So we have a release date. That's November 15th for Lost Metal. So,
and if you're asking like, oh, why does it take so long to like come out? Like as Evgeni said, like there are like multiple things that have to happen between now and then, and we don't want Peter to go to hospital again.
Yes. People of Dragonsteel staff have literally gone to the hospital. This has been more than one instance. So
that was the year with Words of Radiance and Towers of Midnight, wasn't it?
Yes,
or was
but
it
there was another time more recently, I think, but I can't remember the details of that. So,
that one was Was that Kara or Karen?
I don't remember.
Well,
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
But at JordanCon, Brandon was really excited to have the drafts done earlier to not stress his team out. So just know that just because the draft's done, right, there's a lot of revision. There's a lot of like, we have to lay out the books. We have to get the typos. We have to, get the other stuff with the book. Then the book actually has to be printed. So like, obviously that takes time too.
Yeah.
So there's kind of
especially in the current day and age.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
there's some issues happening with the whole global printing.
Yeah.
Paper
Just a thing. Small thing.
Also, on a much smaller and less important note,
Uh-huh.
I would like to say that we had a lot of time for the beta read of The Lost Metal,
Yes.
and that also felt really
Well,
nice.
I can imagine that.
Like not having to read an entire novel in like
2 weeks.
2 weeks and provide feedback.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Let's go talk about Alcatraz. Though.
Alcatraz. So at last we are getting
Finally.
the 6th Alcatraz book. It was really weird to read the Alcatraz part, and Brandon said, "Yeah, I tried this in 2014." I'm like, "Oh, oof, that's been a while." Because didn't the 5th book come out in 2016? Like
It did.
Yeah,
Was it 16 or 18?
I'm pretty sure it's 2016.
I thought it was 2016. And Tor re-released them in hardcover, but they're going to do yet another re-release of Alcatraz, and so that will be in paperback. New covers for those, so hopefully they fit with the hardback covers of the first 5, and then we'll have the 6th book in hardcover and not paperback. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the cover situation. I don't really remember the other covers.
I feel like that's normal for books to get a hardcover and paperback release. So it's like an initial release is always hardcover.
Well, but just having a different cover though, like a totally different cover, like sometimes.
What I've heard, like the hardcover, like the hardcover is supposed to be consistent with the past hardcovers that they look nice on the shelf.
Great,
but like Mistborn changed covers
several times. Yes,
several times.
Yep,
and for the better.
And for the better. Yes, yes, it really was for the better.
Because Brandon was telling a story not recently, but also not for the first time recently, about how Well of Ascension was just not selling. Like the first Mistborn trilogy was gonna flop. And then Tor did a cover change when they went from hardcover to paperback, and it worked.
Wait, the first paperback cover?
Wait,
no.
Okay, okay.
It's
the other way around.
The first paperback edition of Final Empire was selling terribly.
Oh, was it the first book?
That's what almost killed his career.
Okay.
I mean, that cover wasn't good.
It's like there's a weird like Grim Reaper with a scythe. Like it's
and someone allegedly is Vin there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not.
But
it's
then
not
like
great.
they did the Chris McGrath cover, and that sold well. And then like Well of Ascension knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Those are reasonable covers. They're perfectly workable. I like this paperback cover for the first Alcatraz one. Like it looks pretty good. I legitimately don't remember the 2016 hardback Tor release ones, but that seems Alcatraz-y. I don't know. Seems fine.
I think I like the current covers better. This is like one notch younger and more whimsical than I like. But I mean, Grandpa Smedry looks great. The Librarians look great. Bastille looks great. Alcatraz looks fine.
I can go grab the first cover.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Luz Theron Telescope put that first edition paperback of Final Empire in chat. So.
Thank you. I did want to check that again.
Yeah. I'll put it in the description at the end. But that is a pretty good cover. But I still feel like this other one fits in with that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Except that the font
I do like
for the title is totally different. But, hey, it's a paperback. You got to maybe simplify it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And release schedule for these things, they do want to get book 6 out on September 20th. And so the plan is to essentially release one book each month until then. So May for the first one, and then June, July, August, and it looks like we're getting both
2 in
books
September.
5 and 6 in September.
Chat, it's so funny to just be like people looking at that first Mistborn cover just like, wow, this is terrible. I feel bad for the cover artist, but I would also agree it's not very good.
I'm pretty sure it's the
because I
same
feel
artist
I've always
that
seen
did
that one.
the hardcovers.
Well, the
I'm pretty
hardcover
sure
ones
it's
are
John
fine.
Foster.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because
like,
I've
I'm
always
pretty
seen
sure.
that cover.
No, it's a world of difference.
No. At least on the Coppermind, it says John Foster.
Coppermind this because
No. It is the
Mm.
person who did the hardcovers. See, I kind of like the hardcover US
The
ones. They're
hardcovers are
very
good.
weird, but he also did Legion covers. Neat.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Wow, his style is all over the place.
Well, that's good. You got to stretch. I'll put that in the chat too. Nice. There you go. What else? Nothing on Elantris, Warbreaker, Arithmetist, although he's looking for
expected.
an actual co-author to do Arithmetist 2 to know Alcatraz. Not Alcatraz. Aztec. There's Alcatraz literally on the next line. It's confused me. But Aztec lore that he wants to
The
include.
autograph is super saturated with Z's.
The sequel of the Arithmetist is at least tentatively titled The Aztlanian, which is Aztlan is a mythical place, I think, in Aztec mythology.
Yep.
So, want to do that right and not flagrantly offensive.
Yeah, I mean that is a pretty good reason to delay that.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Like, sure, Brendan could have done the research, but he also has a lot of things on his plate. And
So few.
About co-authors, I am hoping that they're looking into J.C. Cervantes, who wrote Stormrunner for Rick Riordan Presents, and she has extensive experience with Mayan and Aztec mythology. Other than actual I don't know which of the two it is, heritage. I remember a couple of years ago, we had a pretty big school project relating to Aztec mythology, and I remember writing to her, and I was like, which are your favorite resources for research? Which are your favorite books? And she got back to me, and she told me these are my favorite books for research, and which I used for for Stormrunner, and that was great. So
I hope that's on the
hope they
table.
go to her.
Very nice.
Nice.
Was that the one you ended up recommending to Peter or suggesting
Yes.
to Peter?
Ah, nice. Cool. Because I was like, do I need to send an email? So
Yeah, no,
Don't worry,
she
guys.
mentioned it sometime on Reddit, and
nice. All right. Secondary projects. Songs of the Dead not coming out next year. It looks like. So
Yeah, Songs of the Dead it was originally Death by Pizza,
Yes.
which was the Necromancer Pizza Man.
yeah.
Now it's the Necromancer
Metalhead.
Metalhead.
Yeah.
So
Still like Death by Pizza is an idea better.
yeah, which
Yeah.
and this one is also co-authored with Peter O'Rulian.
Yep. Cool. I will get excited when there's anything concrete about it when it comes
Yeah.
out. So that's when I'll get excited.
Reckoners.
We will finally get an ebook of Lux. If you forgot that there's a Reckoners thing that came out, there was a Reckoners thing that came out, and it's called Lux.
And it is actually pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Genuinely enjoyed it.
So is our Shardcast.
I haven't
didn't
read it,
Yeah.
but
Go
I know
listen to that Shardcast and give us
I know
views.
Tom Fan worked a lot on the Coppermind articles for that, so
He sure
hopefully
did.
this article makes his job easier if they're not already done.
I mean,
It's
you
done pretty
say
well.
a lot. I say he did like
All of them.
85 to
All of them.
And there's a
95%
few. There's
of
a
it.
few others that did as well. And the original the original audio original.
Before we move on to the original, I have one more comment.
Okay.
Which I wish that there was a bit more firm plans in a follow-up to Lux. If you've listened to it, you know why I want a follow-up to Lux. So it's like, the reception was great. Okay, now get on the sequel. I want a sequel.
Yeah, I guess I
Let's
won't
hope
expect
we don't
that.
get another Arithmetist situation.
This one is already being co-authored, so it's like
I am far more invested in the Arithmetist than I am in Lux.
I'm sure we will get something before Stormlight 6. I'm almost sure of it.
so far away. Come on.
I know. And look, if you set your expectations really low, then maybe you'll get something by that time, right? And then it can only improve. Okay, the original audio original, is getting a ebook in January. Nice.
Yep.
You guys can listen to our Lux and original podcasts as well, because not many people listen to them. So if that's you, you can go listen to those.
So that book came out in September 2020.
Oh wow, really? Jeez.
Wow.
So I have a feeling that their plan for these mainframe audio exclusives, audio originals, whatever exclusives, is to keep them exclusive for about a year.
Yeah.
And then do an ebook for them, which I wish the ebook happened, if not at the same time, then like sooner.
I think a year is pretty standard for Audible originals. Like I don't think it's something that they could negotiate away.
Well,
I mean,
the original wasn't an Audible exclusive, like Lux was. So like Lux, that was probably in there. But I mean, Mainframe's producing it, right? So yeah. There's some exclusivity. Cool. I also like how our podcast is like about half to 2/3 the length of the actual audiobook. So it's great. That's true, yeah. That is true.
I had forgotten about that was the thing.
It's quality.
Yeah.
And like the original. The original was also a very good listen.
I liked it. My wife hated it.
I had my issues with the ending.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was still I liked it. I will listen to it again probably at some point.
I might read the ebook because that'll
probably
go way
read the
faster. We already talked about White Sand, so cool. Then we got adaptations and stuff.
We have to talk about the all others because there is another that is not mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Which is Adamant, which is the Silence of the Lambs in space. Brandon did a reading of it at Conquest like many years ago. And I listened to it. I transcribed it for other people to read. And I found it fascinating. And I'm like, I want more of this. And I've been wanting more of it for years. Brandon, where's Adamant?
I would like to point out that Soul Burner is another project.
Oh yeah. Soul Burner is not on this one. Yeah.
And there is somebody on Reddit, and I don't remember their name, but I know it's the same person.
Okay.
Who keeps asking Brandon about Soul Burner update in every time there is an opportunity to ask Brandon about Soul Burner.
I literally think the most we know about Soul Burner is it appeared in a State of Sanderson and appeared in like another one, and now it's not here. So that is about the beginning and end we know of Soul Burner. Yeah. Cool. So adaptations. So Wheel of Time television show. It's coming out. Brandon did his thoughts on things. You can check it out on Reddit. Cool. He's generally very
finale
positive.
Is this week, which is insanity.
Yeah.
I meant to watch the first episode yesterday, But I was gonna watch one episode of season 2 of The Witcher, and then one episode of Wheel of Time, and then I watched
All of
4
Witcher?
episodes
Yeah,
of
that-
season 2.
there
and
it is.
one of Wheel of Time.
Yeah, I just binged all of Witcher like in the last 2 days, like the entire thing. So
Yeah, I want to watch Witcher. I am not watching Witcher until Wheel of Time is over.
that's probably good.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm
smart.
staying away from The Witcher until I don't have anything else to do.
There's so much coming out right now, like the Spider-Man, Matrix, like, this month is crazy. Oh, and Evershore, for just a few
November,
things.
December was insanity.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't there secret projects that were announced last year that aren't on this? What did he say in 2020?
I think he said secret project.
There's always probably some secret project, right? Like, I'm just gonna Control F the word secret.
Dust Brigade. Yes, I
Soulburner.
want Dust Brigade.
Oh, Dust
which is
Brigade,
the
yeah.
No,
Trinity
Dust Brigade.
bubble.
Oh, Apocalypse Guard doesn't even get in this one.
secret standalone Cosmere book
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
was in last year's.
Yeah. We don't.
Also, that wacky YA
Okay.
Cosmere book with magic kites.
Okay.
And Kingmaker, which Brandon read from
Yes.
at the Minicon.
Oh,
That was the one
Really?
where it's the omniscient viewpoint.
Yes.
Omniscient, which was very interesting.
Oh, that was fascinating.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it was what he read was setting up a murder mystery, which I love murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
murder mystery in the Cosmere.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
want that.
Yes.
Yeah,
please.
we don't know anything about secret standalone Cosmere books, and it's not on this, so good to know.
Yeah. So either something went very wrong with it and he doesn't want us talking about it, or it's just not ready to announce things yet.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Um,
Adamant,
Or maybe he
Soulburner.
forgot because he has so many things to do this
I
year.
mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, these blog posts are really long.
Yeah, it's very easy. Like, oh, he had an idea for something really cool, wrote an outline, and then just never had.
Oh, I don't have an announcement. Whatever. Mistborn. Mistborn film. Brandon has written a treatment, actual scenes. He feels good about the motion on this for the first time ever, as I have some really excellent partners on the project. Ooh,
That is exciting.
that is exciting.
Because Brandon is excited, right?
Yeah.
But 2, because nothing gets done in Hollywood unless there's a big name attached to it.
That's
And so I don't know if having excellent partners means that there is a name attached, but I think it's a possibility.
I mean, I know unintentionally blank. Dan teased Brandon, was just like, "Oh yeah, my friend JJ, JJ Abrams." And I was getting, I was talking about this on Discord, and someone's like, "Oh no, not JJ Abrams." I'm like, "Look. Brandon can actually end things, so it could fit really well." Sad but true.
Unless it's the Rhythmist.
Nice.
Unless it's just what this.
My one qualm about all of the Mistborn talk is he's been talking about the changes he wants to make for, and I have a feeling that his thoughts reconsidering Atium for the Mistborn movie has led to a certain wob that happened during the spoilers.
Stay tuned to January.
I'm still considering my thoughts upon.
Same. Let's not talk about this. This is a very dangerous subject.
I literally think we can talk about 2.5 hours on this Atium word of Brandon from the
That was
stream.
all I was gonna say.
Yep. So stay tuned to January.
I mean, there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a full episode on that. Yeah.
Stormlight. He's been working very hands-on in creating the Stormlight Archive as a premium cable TV show. And this is with Dan Mintz and DMG.
I didn't know about that.
Oh, I don't think he said this before.
Mhm.
I knew DMG had the rights.
Yeah.
And have had them for a long time, and I knew that Brandon probably prefers a TV show or an animation over a feature-length
Oh my
movie
God,
because Stormlight is
Yeah.
chunky.
Chunky. It's a big boy.
The last I remember is they had written a film script, and it was just
I didn't
way
know
too
that.
long. So it makes sense that they pivoted more towards HBO, Cinemax,
Netflix.
one of.
He says, I think this will happen someday, though I'm not sure when and with whom. So, okay.
I do still think animation is the way to go for Stormlight.
I mean,
yeah,
Arcane has been a very convincing argument in that direction.
I haven't seen that.
You need to.
Yeah, me
It's
neither.
so
I
good.
wouldn't mind
yeah.
either way.
I don't have a ton of things to read or anything. Other properties, other things are moving slowly behind the scenes, but I wouldn't say anything else is very far along. Pandemic slowed down a lot of Hollywood. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, Punny can't be on that episode, Maury. He doesn't have the stuff and he doesn't want to. So, but we'll use that for him post. Don't worry.
We can collect a written statement.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another exciting thing. This is maybe one of the other two exciting things that are in this. To be honest, welcome to the show. Thank you for listening. Other projects, video games. I've been working on a video game for several years, and I suspect it will be announced this year. So commence speculation. And he says, note, it's not for one of my properties, but something new that I built with them. It's a game company many of you will have heard of, but probably not the one you're thinking about right now. Not that other one either. Great.
The phrasing of this reminds me of the way he phrased when he said announcement what ended up being Kelsey in Fortnite. So
But this is like probably an actual video game, not just like Kelsey in Fortnite.
Yeah. So question the first, right? Do we think this means that he was just invited to write the lore and or the story of a video game, like often happens with authors? Or do we think I mean, I guess there's no other like alternative, right? If it's not his property.
Yeah. I doubt he like actually was doing like if it's an RPG or something, right? He's probably not writing like all the dialogue. That's insane. You need like lots of writers to do that. But probably maybe like the world Bible and core ideas and themes, maybe. That seems plausible.
Plot story.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to do some rampant speculation? That is completely unjustified.
I don't know anything about the gaming industry.
Oh, great. Welcome to the show.
I'd love, like, CD Projekt Red has a very good reputation. And, like, I know he wants... people like their games, most of them. They like the Witcher games.
Yeah.
Recently...
Yeah, there was a problem recently, but, you know.
Yeah. And Brendan has, in the past, said he would love to work with them. I feel that's probably too obvious, and that's one of the ones that we were thinking of that it's not.
Probably. Yeah.
So some people have speculated that Brandon's name is attached to the upcoming game Forspoken.
What's that?
It's a video game, Eric.
Great, thanks.
I think it's an action RPG, maybe an action. I'm not quite sure. They do have a trailer, and it looks really, really interesting. Okay. Like visually, it looks fantastic. But I was really excited for that game before I even knew about the speculation that Brandon might be involved.
Yeah, but like if he's saying, I suspect it will be announced, like Forspoken was announced, so I don't think it is this.
Yeah. Unless it means I suspect it will be announced that I'm involved.
But I feel like we got Brandon Sanderson to write our lore for us. It is a huge selling point. And it's like that's one of the things you should lead with when
that's
hyping
valid.
up your game.
Yeah, like it's like with Elden Ring and like, George R. R. Martin's involved. Yeah, nice. That's the cred. Yeah. That the story's gonna be good. So I don't. I don't know about that. Man,
So we think it's an unannounced game as of this point.
Yeah, like I don't think CD Projekt Red has enough bandwidth to do a totally new IP. Like I don't think so. Not with Cyberpunk and fixing that game.
According to LinkedIn, Blizzard apparently is working on new things, and that company is not a shit show. With the moment.
Yeah, there's never been any problem with Blizzard, especially not the last few months. Great.
No, I really have no idea. But,
Ooh,
I mean, hey.
Suggestion in chat, Obsidian Entertainment. That's a good idea. I don't know what they're working on right now, but Obsidian makes some really great stuff. So that would be sweet. I would be into that. Any other rampant speculation?
It's like so broad.
Yeah.
That anything could be. So it's like, how can you come up with anything?
Yeah. Just throw a dartboard.
I think. Well, so when Brandon says, where'd the blog go? When he says, game company, many of you will have heard of. Probably not the one you're thinking right now. Not the other one either. I think the one he thinks that we are thinking right now is Epic Games because of his previous.
That's true. He has a lot of connections with Epic. Yeah.
And then not the other one either is, I think, the Forspoken one, because a lot of the speculation tying him to it has been on Reddit, and him being active on Reddit means he may have run into it before.
And I know he says he likes From Software, but From Software is doing Elden Ring. Is that coming out soon? I don't know.
As soon as the Winds of Winters are out.
Yeah, great. Before Stormlight 6, maybe. Cool. Well, that will be exciting to see that. I do eventually want to see some Cosmere game or something. That'd be cool. Like a big big budget game, but I think there'll need to be a film or something before then.
Yeah.
Or even a small thing like Arithmetist kind of StarCrafty but 2D simple.
Then you finish the game and at the credits there's a release date for Arithmetist. And you need to spend the 5 years to make the game, and then finally Arithmetist 2.
Yeah. But Brennan often experiments things in non-Cosmere properties before bringing them into the Cosmere. So this might be like him getting experience in
that makes sense.
Gaming industry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we need to go into the license projects? We've talked about all these before. We talked about Call to Adventure. We've shown off the Mistborn playing cards.
But this is not about Call to Adventure.
This is not Call to Adventure.
It's from the makers of Call to Adventure, but it's a new thing.
Oh,
it's minis.
Yeah, I didn't read this first.
So this was apparently shown off on the Minicon.
Okay.
And they were like, "Hey, don't take photos."
Okay.
But now
and
this is official.
I think this is what Brandon was referring to when regarding my question on the stream about Dalinar's original set of plate and what order that was.
Oh yeah, okay.
This is why they did it. He didn't want to canonize it yet, even though it's been more than a year since he promised he would.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So Brotherwise Games, who are the creators of the excellent Call to Adventure tabletop game, which I personally recommend a lot, and I will doubly recommend the game because of how much work went into the art of that game, and
the art's
how
really
much
good.
and how much respect the creators seem to be paying to the artists.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is like, I want to make this very clear, okay? I am not trashing crafty games.
Okay.
I know it will sound like it, but I'm not.
Great start to this phrase.
when I was working on just like uploading art from like cards and games on the wiki, it was trivially easy to find all of the illustrators for the Brotherwise games, for Call to Adventure, because they were credited very prominently on the cards themselves, which I thought was really nice. It was very respectful of the artists. With Crafty, and that's not unique to Crafty, like most tabletop games don't include artist names just anywhere, really. And so the fact that Brotherwise stands out in this regard tells me personally a lot about like how they approach that aspect of their work. So I recommend not only the game, I recommend them as people who are creators of this game. So there's going to be a Kickstarter for these minis. You can see a Kaladin and a Shallan in the blog post. They're going to be unpainted. So if you are into that, you can paint them yourself. I don't paint minis, so I wish they were pre-painted for me. But maybe this is going to be
people you can hire to paint minis for you.
Yeah, this is why miniatures get very expensive very quickly, is my understanding.
But like Isaac and the Drunken Seal team have been working to create official sculpts of more than 20 characters.
That's a lot.
Which is exciting.
So speculation about who those characters are. Well, all the main ones. Yeah. Kaladin, Shallan, Dalinar, all the main ones. But I'm curious if we'll get like some of the smaller ones.
20's a lot. 20's a lot.
I imagine the main cast, some Bridge 4.
Yeah, probably a lot of Bridge 4, yeah.
I am
for Navani.
No, I think Navani's got there. Yeah.
All the Kulins.
Yeah.
Including Caves.
Yeah, so that's 10 right there, So, and then Bridge 4 is the other 10, easy.
I'm kind of torn on like including a singer in this list.
That would be cool.
But I think with singers it's difficult because one of their most prominent traits is their like skin marbling. Yeah. And if you are like selling minis which are unpainted, yes, so the carapace will be there, and that will be nice.
Yeah.
And they have interesting looking ears, which
they have elven ears.
Yeah.
They're elves.
They're crab elves.
Crab elves. elves.
Yep. Yeah.
Crab elves.
Yeah. I mean, they're magical, right? Like elves are generally super magical, so sure, yeah.
But that's that. Kickstarter for these is going to be coming up in summer 2022. So I'm going to start saving.
Same, because I expect that things will be
cheap. Yeah, that's going to be expensive.
Like even if like they are like relatively cost effective, there's going to be options that are not very cheap, and that's going to draw my attention.
My understanding is that stuff is very expensive.
Other projects. The Kingswild Mistborn card deck. We've covered that in news, but it's a like playing cards deck.
Yeah, they're really nice.
With Mistborn characters for the face cards.
Yeah.
All of them look really nice. I think you can still pre-order those, but I'm not sure. Navu Games. Navu Games is still running their kind of post-launch, post-campaign closure Reckoner's game or expansion to their original Reckoner's game Kickstarter. So if you want to get that, you can. Black Piper, who did the Kaladin musical album, which is excellent music, by the way. I still listen to it very frequently.
It is very good.
Like it's very good. Half of that album is on my writing playlist.
So originally when the Kickstarter was running, they offered a hardcover art book with illustrations kind of associated or related to each of the tracks.
Mhm.
And so people who pledged on the appropriate level received a digital copy of that. People who are waiting for the hardcover have not received that yet because that book is still being printed and bound somewhere across the ocean.
Mhm.
They did print a soft cover version that is slightly different size, but it's the same illustrations that they were selling during the Dragonsteel Minicon. And that is one you can they still have supply, so you can go to the link here in the blog and you can get yourself a copy. I think the art is excellent, and regardless of whether you get the hardcover or the soft paperback, I guess, it's still really beautiful to look at.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the license updates. Store and Leatherbound updates. They rebranded as Dragonsteel Books. If you are on our Discord, there's a Brandon updates thing, and you can just see all the updates from their Twitter. There's restocking of Leatherbounds, and they're working to restock Elantris and Warbreaker.
Okay, good. I still need to get an Elantris.
Yeah, you do need Elantris. Yeah.
Oh, I so wish I could own one of those. They're beautiful.
They're real nice.
I have a nice glass-faced barrister bookcase in my living room that they're all sitting on the shelf, and it looks very nice.
Yep. We already talked about the 2022 Leatherbounds, Alloy and Shadows, and that's about it, really. There's going to be bundles for the new stuff with Lost Metal and Alcatraz next year. Makes sense.
Swag.
And swag. There's some good swag, like this Doomslug over here. She's pretty cute. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, nice. Very cute. Yeah, I am also surprised Ian doesn't have one.
It's because it's the first one, and it was before I had a job, and I was a poor college student.
Well, I mean, that does check out.
Around to that one.
That does check out. There's a bunch of translation projects. Are any highlights on here?
I think someone mentioned. Wait, where is it?
I have a highlight.
Yes.
This
where is it?
This is, I believe, the first time. So updates to global sales and stuff is something they started doing last year, I believe. And this year is the first time they are including global sales numbers, which is really interesting to me personally, because a lot of the times when you when popular media is talking about the fantasy genre, it's talking about genre fiction, the metric they most often cite, in my experience, is how many copies has this author or series or book sold globally.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Time, I think
it's 90 million
100.
copies.
Sure, 90 million. So Brandon is sitting at 21 right now, collectively, between all of his stuff.
Pretty good.
So I would love to see that metric get updated year over year.
That would be cool.
And see how it goes.
Yeah, and I saw a couple of people on the Discord and here in chat mentioning that apparently Children of the Nameless is being translated to French.
I was just about to mention Children of the Nameless. I was
English?
Sure, would be nice for it to be freely available in English.
Yeah, because it used to be available for free and now isn't. Yep,
and it's a good story.
I liked it too. You can go listen to that episode if you happen to have read Children of the Nameless, which you can't right now. But hey, yeah. But if you speak French, you'll be able to read Children of the Nameless in January.
I have follow-up show and tell.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Cool. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. Check out the translation stuff if you want to take a look.
Yep.
Any other highlights from that?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I don't think there was much highlights on YouTube. Like Brandon's doing a bunch of YouTube stuff. Check it out.
Yeah, they did giveaways. He's been doing this 5 favorite series with a bunch of different people.
That's fun.
Which has been genuinely interesting. Like
yeah.
Like all the people they've gotten.
Yep,
it's fun.
Yep. They did a spoiler stream last week. We will do Words of Brandon in 2022.
Do many Words of Brandon.
Yeah.
And then episode on 1 word of Brandon.
Yeah, maybe. Probably. In their charity, they raised $42,000. Nice.
With ornaments and
That's
it
good.
made me genuinely so happy to see that, like, even if it was just like a tiny paragraph that Jane mentioned What a Holiday, because that was amazing. So like I remember, like, we started at like 8, right? And I woke up the next day and we're almost to the original, I think, 5,000 goal. It was insanity.
And you got up to $10,000, nearly 11. So that's pretty great. Cool. Well, let's maybe just go through the projected schedule for things, just so we get it all out there, because, us going slowly through things is much faster than you reading it, obviously. So welcome to the show. So December 28th, 2021, not 2022, is Evershore. So that'll be out in ebook and audio. January, the Originals ebook. Nice. February, Dawnshard's audiobook, but this is not firm, apparently. Okay.
Might be a different month.
Yeah. Nothing in March. April, Skyward Flight hardcover collection. Nice. May, Alcatraz 1 paperback. Yes.
In the Skyward Flight omnibus, like, will have some bonus content, like some of the early attempts at writing Spence's character for Skyward.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's like, even if you've read all of them, like, there is some added value if you're interested in that behind the scenes look.
Yep. Then in June, as we mentioned before, Legion Death and Faxes is coming out. I think that is audio. It doesn't. A lot of these label but it didn't say audio. But this is audio. They said that earlier. And that's the first new thing, the brand new thing. In this year.
That is the first new thing.
Then Alcatraz 2 in July. Then there'll be a Lux ebook, Alcatraz 3 paperback. August is the Alcatraz 4 paperback. And September, there's the Alcatraz 5 paperback, and then Bastille versus the Evil Librarians, Alcatraz 6, in all formats, including hardcover. And then October, Dark One Forgotten audio, and then November,
Lost Metal time.
Lost Metal!
Yeah, woo!
I'm so excited for that.
It's been found.
Like, no, I've heard you know, you're not suffering. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't know anything about it.
Sure.
November 15th.
But
so,
in which we pretend we don't know.
Yeah, the description was fascinating.
Yes.
And it was really funny how we were on our Elantris episode, World Hoppers, which is the other podcast I'm on.
Yeah.
And we had Drew McCaffrey on for that one. And he was going to say something. And then he was like, wait, no, I can't say that because that's Lost Metal. And I'm like, what does Lost Metal have to do with Elantris in any way?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The metal was very lost. Very, very lost. Did a tour around the Cosmere,
It's a where's Waldo, but it's not even its more popular Cosmere version.
Book. It's actually a picture book where you have to find the piece of metal.
It's it's an illustration, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a bunch of people. It's a bunch of different metals.
Yeah,
it's this one specific one that you have to find.
You need to put on glasses. It's like the 3D glasses, but they're like glasses tinted blue, and then that helps you see the things there, and you have to get the right metal on the page.
Do not let Brandon hear that, because he's gonna make Isaac make it happen.
That's true. That's true. That's not good. And I mean, that's about it. But in conclusion, Brandon's talking about how, with he got to do collabs, and by hosting a convention rather than touring, he's, he had more time to do things. And he's writing a lot of stuff. Oh, speaking of schedule, one thing that's not on here, Defiant should be spring 2023. So it's not in 2022's schedule, but that will be spring 2023. And if all goes well with Stormlight 5, then Stormlight 5 will also be fall 2023. So, but it was really nice to, to have him talk, and it's always nice to hear him write things like, I make sure I have good work-life balance, so I continue telling stories as long as you're all willing to put up with me. A strange and very ephemeral year though it's been, I'm still honored to be your storyteller. Thank you for supporting me, my work, and my team. Here's to many, many more, and a year working on Stormlight. I'm ready. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Stormlight year is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Stormlight is going to be fun.
I mean, back to back, closing Era 2 and then closing Stormlight.
Yeah. Oh, and
I guess
Defiant.
closing Skyward.
Yeah. Defiant, yeah.
Yeah.
The Spencer arc.
3 endings.
And closing Alcatraz.
Yeah. So 4 endings.
An era
right?
Lots of endings.
Yes. That's not ominous at all. Nice. Do we have any other thoughts on this? Chat, you guys have any thoughts?
Any questions?
Yeah.
I will mention, because I don't think we made it explicit, that in Kara's update, she expressed interest in, like, she was happy with how the minicon went for Cytonic, and so it sounds like she wants to do another one for the, I assume, for the last medal next year. I don't think she's gonna do it for Alcatraz 6.
No.
Yeah.
I think one of these two books is more popular than the other.
Yeah, it's interesting because I do remember seeing a question earlier. Well, not a question, but like a thought from Joff, who said, like, what's gonna happen with Minicon 2023 if Stormlight 5 isn't ready by then? So
it'll just get delayed.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe, yeah. I guess they're still early on. They don't need to commit to, like, hey, this is our November event.
Yeah. So
because they're not really doing a con. They're turning a release into a multi-day event. So it's like, if the release date changes, the event also has to change.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. And it probably won't be a mini con, that's for sure.
Yeah, no.
This is pretty busy, so I imagine some of us will get up there for that one. Cool.
I will probably try to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too.
Next year for the last medal. Like,
excuse me. I think I have a smoke alarm.
Yeah, I was wondering. that.
I was wondering if that's my house.
Yeah, I was
just
also
gonna
wondering
wander my apartment for a bit.
Yeah, why don't you mute yourself as you go?
Okay, look for the fire.
Nice. All right.
Was that his jet?
Will we see more
stream, and then we can't cut?
Yeah. Will we see more Cheyenne? Yes, you will.
Yes.
Look, if we had to ship it to another continent, you're gonna see her.
Yeah. You'll see me more.
Yeah.
Soon for one, but it's gonna be a while. I have exams in May, but after that, I'll be mostly free, and my free time will have increased dramatically. So.
Yep. And speaking of time, I laid out every single Shardcast for 2022, and there is not a lot of free space, especially assuming if the White Sand Omnibus comes out this year, which I would really like a release date for that. That would be nice. But man, yeah, we're pretty booked. Will Lost Metal come out in hardcover first? I mean, yeah, it's a standard tour release. Yeah. They always come out in hardcover first.
know that in the sense that like we haven't been told explicitly, but that's how it's worked for virtually every release.
Every tour release, yeah. It's always been hardcover. I mean, obviously, audiobook and ebook will be same day release, right? That's how it goes. But yeah, there are going to be a great many videos coming in 2022 from us that you can be assured of. And yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a busy time. I have no idea how many sample chapters of Lost Metal they're gonna do, because the last two Stormlights, they put out all of part one of those Stormlight books.
Yeah.
And I think Bands only did 3, right?
Well, Bands was like 7, 8, something like that.
Was it? I thought it ended like, what do you know about the nature of identity and investor? And that was the last one.
Yeah, that was like chapter 6 or 7.
No, it wasn't. That was like chapter 3.
Don't make me.
I don't know. I wasn't around back then.
No, that was like super early.
Ebook.
No. The Long Wayne chapter is like chapter 5, and that happened before. That happened after. Yeah. So
here's the research break.
Yeah. We're killing time until Who's That Cosmere character. Look at how much you're missing by not seeing Shardcast live. You only miss us talking over each other and long pauses.
Okay, no, you're right. It was. Chapter 2 ends with, what do you know about the nature of this?
Yeah, and I mean, it's been a while since 2016, and probably the people in charge of marketing at Tor probably noticed that the Stormlights are pretty exciting. So we'll see. Put your comments below if you liked Evgeni's bells. I distinctly remember last year that it was very divided. So please put your angry comments below, or positive comments.
Let's hey, you can do a poll.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Can
that's
you do
true.
a poll?
I can do a poll.
So
Are you doing
good
the poll?
news.
Okay.
No,
well,
you have to.
You have
I
to.
can
Yeah.
I can get the ringing to stop if I press and hold the button on our carbon monoxide alarm.
Okay. Great.
I cannot get it to stop it any other way. There's no lights going off, so I don't think I'm in danger. But
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, audio only listeners. We're doing it live, and there you go. I did a poll in chat if you like Evgeni's bells, so there you go. We'll get some data on this. Cool. Ooh, yes is 93% to start. Wow. Look, I know there's a lot more comments of people who didn't like them.
Wait,
I know that for sure.
Why are we doing shots for Adam?
What? Okay, you know what? I think what we need to do is we got to go to Who's That Cosmere character. I think that's what we got to do. Now,
yes.
Now, here's the thing, guys. Normally we would put the clues on screen, but we're doing it live, and I don't remember how Paleo's app thing worked. So, yeah,
let's not.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know. We did that like once. Like a billion years ago. I think that was for our anniversary stream, which was really
Yeah,
long time
I
ago.
remember that.
And I don't have regular ones. I only have priority ones because I don't have access to the email. So there you go. So let's go on to Who's That Cosmere character. And you don't hear the theme song, but we're doing it live. So there you go.
Lloyd and drag on a horse.
Yeah, there you go. It's time for Who's That Cosmere character. Nice. You know how the game is played. You send in 5 clues and a character to WTCC at 17shard.com. The email's in the description. And make sure you put the character as well. That's helpful.
And I'm gonna close chat.
Yes, you guys need to close
that's
chat.
A good idea.
84% of you like Evgeni's bells. So there you go. Yeah, you guys gotta close chat. So nice. Yeah, Paleo, I don't remember, man, and we got stuff to do. It's fine, Paleo. I don't need your wizardry.
We will use our minds.
Yeah. This way, just the stream gets to experience what all of these guys need to experience, where the clues are not on screen and you have to remember them. And usually I repeat them and cut that. So you're getting all this. So
it's more authentic.
So these are coming from the Patreon priority queue, because I don't have access to the regular email, and Ben and Grace aren't able to send me things. So we're doing 2 priority queues. And this, you can support us on Patreon at the Herald level and get your Who's That Cosmere characters read less like sooner than forever away.
Words. If you give us enough money, Eric will know how to words.
I don't. 160 episodes of Shardcast, and I do not know how to talk. These ones I think came from October, so that's pretty soon.
It's pretty good.
So this first one is sent by Cyprian Weiry. Cool. Sure.
Hi.
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 In Clue 1, wears clothes that are usually worn by women.
Light song.
No.
Is it Yasna's not Yasna's friend, the other first Italian?
You're thinking about Yoshi.
Are you sure your house is okay?
None of the lights on the carbon monoxide alarm are going off.
It's just like,
I'm gonna go check again.
that's probably good.
I also left a window open, seeing if that would help, and it's only making my apartment cold. So I'm gonna.
You can like wave the air under.
Everything's
the
fine.
thing.
Everything's fine.
Scream
Yeah,
if you burn.
I
So
forgot
for
what he
some
even guessed.
strange reason,
Uh-huh.
the first thing that came into my mind was Tara, which I do not know why. No, I do know why. It's because of the theory that she's in Eurythero based on
Okay.
her clothes and all that. But
Nice.
that's what I thought.
Well, it's not Tara, so rip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Women do often wear
Yeah.
clothes that are often worn by women.
Yeah. Yes. Well, there will maybe be a Who's That Cosmere character. Once I laid out all the topics that we needed to do in 2022, there was one free spot in the entire year. And so yeah. So maybe that'll be a Who's That Cosmere character one. So we'll see.
We can boot an episode.
I think I had some of Sky's fur on my face this entire episode, so if you notice that's not quite as funny as Brandon marking his own face with a pen during the spoiler stream, which did happen.
Look, when the signing zeal takes over you, you just any flat surface is game.
Yeah, I'm like, I had a thing on that. It's like, oh, this is because I continually pick up my cat Sky. And I'm like, oh, you're so cute. And he makes a noise like, oh, I hate being picked up. Why do you do this to me? I'm like, because your squeaks are so cute when I pick you up. So yeah, that's great. Weekly Shardcast. It is too much work to do weekly Shardcast. Like seriously, these 2.5 hour episodes are way too long.
I removed the battery from the alarm.
It's probably. I'm sure it's probably fine.
I mean, as long
fine.
as I think it's just. The battery's dying, so I have to put.
Look, it's a time-tested strategy. It's fine.
It's good enough for the rest of the podcast, and maybe a decent night's sleep.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, maybe. Ian, I don't remember what you guessed.
Yasna's the other first Italian, whose name I don't remember.
Oh no, it's not Yoshi. Clue 2. This character used animals for transportation.
Wayne.
It's not Wayne.
Oh, I guess that's not canonical. Never mind.
Chat wants you to know, Ian, that they don't want you to die. So that's nice.
I mean, I also don't want me to die.
Great.
I also don't think I closed the window.
Well done.
It'll be fine.
Were the rest of us excluded on purpose from "Don't Want You to Die," or was that an implicit?
Well, your alarm isn't going off, so I imagine they also don't want you to die.
Or maybe I am just sub-vocalizing a counter sound to emulate the effects of noise cancellation headphones.
That'll totally go through Discord. Perfect.
Another weird one that came into my mind.
Okay.
Hoid and drag on a horse.
It is not Hoid and drag on a horse, but that's a good guess.
That would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Trixie.
Tricky. Welcome to the part of the episode.
Wears women's clothing and transports via animal.
Yes, correct. Yes.
I'm gonna do more show and tell to fill up
Great. Yes.
the time.
want
Nice.
Yeah, I do want that.
This is the boom slug.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
The coolest of slugs.
Yeah. Yep. What is the Hoid and drag on a horse thing? Well, so our fearless leader, who has been on exactly one Shardcast episode on endowment, is
And the
really
old ones,
bad.
The very, very old ones.
Yeah. He's very bad at who's that Cosmere character. So he's like Hoid, and then like that was something about him being on a horse wearing women's clothes, and so he said Hoid and drag on a horse, and it's in the theme song that you didn't hear. But there you go.
Alrianne, I'm pretty sure she rides a horse at some point.
It is not Alrianne.
It's not how I
Evgeni,
would
did you
refer to
guess?
those.
I forgot.
I guessed incorrectly, yes.
Okay, great. Clue 3. This character has abilities we as readers could consider as magic.
Shallan. She
Uh,
rides in Chul-drawn carriages.
No.
Mhm.
Chul?
Yeah.
I think you heard Melan, but he said Shalan.
I said Shallan.
Oh, okay. No, it's not Shallan. It's neither Milan nor Shallan. I was like,
2
wait.
for 1 sale.
Yeah.
Like, this one is Milana no Shar.
Yeah, I was like, when was she pulled by Charles? I don't remember. That doesn't make any sense.
Nope. Give me the exact phrasing of the first clue again.
This character wears clothes that are usually worn by women.
Huh.
Like, looking at the bookshelves.
I know.
It's like, what's it
Erie,
like?
Rira, Shinovar. Just go through all the countries.
Is it too Bela?
Is that your guess?
The country? No.
Yeah, okay. I just had to make sure, okay. I don't know.
Usually worn by women.
If the first clue were the other way around, like clothes usually worn by men, I'd have
Yeah,
guessed.
rip.
Yeah. Siri.
Oh, it's not Siri.
Well, that's a good guess.
Is it though?
Hmm.
No, I just want to say, who's
Siri
actually
does ride a
Siri
horse.
from The Witcher? No.
Oh, no.
It's not. It's not.
No, from the Eiffel.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm pretty sure chat hasn't even got this, but I don't know.
I had a guess and then I realized it doesn't.
Ah, rip.
It always bothered me that Sisirina abbreviates to Siri.
Yeah, well, none of those
Because
make
it's
sense.
Sisirina. Sisiri.
I understand the
Titalier.
logic.
Vivina.
Which is also why it's Seb for
Yeah.
Sebron.
Brandon says Vivina. Let's go.
I-
Let's go get our
and-
pitchforks.
I understand
go.
the logic behind all 3 of them. It doesn't make me like them any less.
Vin? She
not
does
Vin.
ride a horse at some point.
That is true.
Yeah, my mind immediately went to horses.
Yeah.
Because I'm a horse person, so.
You guys all guessed. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Clue 4 is not actually very helpful, but it's I am sorry, but this character is not Hoyden Drag on a horse. So I mean, you guys
What was
can
clue
guess.
3?
Clue 3 was this character has abilities we as readers could consider as magic.
Right.
So do we want to just go to clue 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Clue 5, but there is another important similarity between this character and Hoyd.
Chris?
It's not Chris.
I have one, but I don't think he technically ever got to the point where he had magic powers.
Oh, rip.
Cultivation.
Cultivation. Okay. Right?
Okay. Both of you have guessed? So,
Yeah.
okay. So we all lose, basically.
Yes.
Because I'm going to guess Elokar.
It's not Elokar. The answer is Risen.
I
Thought about
of her
Risen.
earlier. But I
Okay.
was like, no, she...
Yeah.
All right.
She has safe hand glove, right? You know, Chul Caravan, Donchard. Nice. Good job, Elijah Stormblessed. I think you're the first person who got that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's go on to this next one from Lyriel. And clue 1, this character has dark skin and hair.
Chris.
It's not Chris.
I'm gonna steal a job of Evgeni. Yasna.
It's not Yasna. Oh.
Bold of you to assume that I would go to Yasna with my guess.
What is
What's
dark
more?
skin?
Not this.
Well, that's certainly true. Yes.
Let me so not this, more like this.
Mhm. Great. Let's just loop that for ASMR.
That's the worst ASMR.
Perfect.
It's like chalkboard on
Perfect.
Yeah,
chalk
nailed
on whiteboard.
Good thing YouTube
Um,
removed dislikes.
I mean, they're still there. You just can't see them.
Yeah.
Professor Cinder.
No, it's not Professor
Oh.
Cinder.
One of them has white hair, though, doesn't he?
In that case, I guess the other professor.
I don't know which is which.
I mean, I don't either.
I know. I think both of them are dark haired.
Well, it's not John Akron, I think. Yeah.
You think?
I don't know. I don't know who's who. They're basically the same person.
They are very interchangeable.
Veronica, you guessed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Clue 2! This character has a memorable nose.
So at one point,
Okay.
there was a conversation in the Coppermind Discord server,
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
and we were talking about prominent noses.
Uh-huh.
Because Brandon has a tendency to describe noses as prominent.
Do we need to make a category of prominent
I have a feeling
nose
I do
characters?
remember those conversations, and I do not
And
remember
so-
the characters listed.
Uh-huh.
One of the characters is Emperor Ashravan, which,
Okay.
as far as we
Yes, I
know, is not
remember that.
dark-skinned, and so he's not going to be my guess.
Okay.
He's also blonde, I think.
Oh, is he? I have no idea.
He's disqualified for at least one reason.
Yes. Can I
Uh,
get the phrasing of that second clue again?
Yes, this character has a memorable nose.
Is it Dalinar?
It's not Dalinar.
That's
Okay.
a good
Broke
guess.
his nose a couple times.
Yep,
like
that's
it's
true.
distinctive.
Mm-hmm.
Moash.
It is not Moash.
You say maybe Liren? I don't know. It's a wild guess.
It's not Liren. All right. Clue 3. This character is a leader.
Fantastic.
I don't. What's his name?
I'd say a sufficient description will suffice, Ian.
Okay. Because like I did recently reread The Final Empire.
Okay.
And so it's like Kamen was the crew leader of Vin's crew, but they were working with another crew leader. Or maybe it was, is it the other crew leader?
No.
Who's, okay.
No. No, it's not. No, I don't think chat has it.
What about Sigzil?
It's not Sigzil.
Let's go with another Bridge for one because I have no clue.
Okay.
I'd be surprised if Kaladin hadn't broken his nose at least at some point during all those years fighting.
But he knows how to set his nose so it doesn't look
I mean,
wonky.
yeah, that's true. But
no, it's not Kaladin.
It would have healed by now anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Clue 4. This character has stolen.
Interesting. Yanagon.
It is not
It's-
Yanagon.
It's close because it's like either his uncle or it's like one of the leaders of the crew that invades. Because Lift talks about the nose, and I don't think
I
she.
would
It's like
probably did.
it's like Tux or Hux or like something she can't pronounce, and I also can't pronounce.
Yes, you are correct. It is Hukin. Yeah.
I do remember there was-
Huqin. Yes.
There was one whose name she couldn't pronounce.
Interestingly, this article on the Coppermind Big Smooth doesn't mention the nose in appearance and personality. What the hell, man?
Is
This
that even
article's not
canon?
complete. Yeah. I had to
If
look.
it's not on the wiki, is it?
I know. I don't think any of you got it, chat. Rip. Ian wins. Sorry about that.
I beat you all.
Yeah.
You
guys don't remember Hukin? And the
Yeah.
last clue is this character is related to an emperor.
Okay.
I think
was
that narrows it
by-
down pretty well.
That was by Lyriel, I
Yes,
believe.
Indeed.
Good job, Lyriel.
Indeed.
Yeah, these are good. Is that Cosmere characters?
Really, these
Yeah.
people in chat guessing non-Cosmere characters.
Like who?
Kimlin.
Oh.
And by
No.
these, I mean this one person.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Well, good job, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this very interesting episode of Shardcast. Sorry, there's obviously a lot more breaks in it, especially when there's, alarms going off.
Oh my
But
god.
I'm not editing this, but I will post the audio today, so don't you worry. And yeah, hopefully.
I do apologize.
Yeah, that's obviously not planned. So you can find us on 17chart.com for all your news, discussion,
I
theories,
planned it.
and fun that you could ever want. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud. You can subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening this on audio, you can go to YouTube and you'll see the YouTube chat. Neat. And if you like our stuff, you can support us on Patreon. Our next episode will be out on January 1st. I have edited the entire thing before I even traveled tomorrow, so look at that. It's all,
Not even the
it's
night
all-
before.
I know. This is probably the earliest I've edited a Shardcast in years. Literally
that's-
years.
It's probably true, actually.
Usually I start the day before it's supposed to go out.
Yep.
Which is not the best strategy, really. So yeah.
It's stressful.
Well, I mean, it's usually
It's stressful
fine.
for me because I'm just like, I can't comment because I don't edit. So
Yeah.
I just have to bottle it all up.
Yeah, I mean, we can send you things if you want to edit them.
That would require me to know and B, have the time to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why I just
exactly.
bottle it up.
Exactly. Great. So we'll see you all next time. Bye.
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 Cheers.
Caw.